Alright, so... Oh, whoa, that's weird. Hold on a moment. Okay, that is... Why the fuck is that tiny? Whatever. Alright, so, what's up everybody? Dawangthang here, bringing you our first scheduled weekend stream. Well, I think actually last... No, I think last week we did during the weekend, so... I lied, this would be our second one. So, this one is going to be dubbed the Owl Appreciation Stream. I'll get more into that in a little bit. I don't know if he's in the chat right now. I'm going to get through this first replay and then I'll check to see if he's there. Owl, if you are in the chat, please just at me in the chat room so then I know, and then we can get on to that announcement. We'll get through the rest of these replays and then you will have a friendlies galore. So Perris did want me to go over one of his replays before we go on, so I just want to record this quickly for him. So yeah, Perris, this will be on the YouTube channel. Obviously, you're going to be watching it on there. So getting into this first one, you said to see one where I won. I think this is the last set that we played, even though you were just kind of whooping me the entire time. So let's see exactly what happened. So for those of you guys who haven't really watched Perris, he definitely doesn't play on stream a lot. He only really plays in person. That's a bit loud for me. And he definitely has a big winning record over me so far. The biggest strength with him is that you'll notice is that his neutral game is extremely on point. Basically, the way he short hops and then just specific placements are extremely good. The main thing that he normally has to work on is just his conversions and his punish game. He tends to kill fairly late, so like the standard duck hunt problem you'll see. Alright, so starting off with the gunman. Playing against him, I like to do that or either full hop can. I just like to make it so he approaches me first, because I feel like if I approach him, I'm going to approach in a terrible manner. That's just going to get me punished. So, I feel like I wanted to go for the dare there, but I decided to just hesitate on it. And then, yeah, I just went for the standard get up just because duck hunt smash attacks are just so terrible at covering that. And then either way, if I did get up, the can was right there. So if that hit me, there wouldn't have been too big of a punish on me. Okay, so I waited for the smash attack that time. I should have held it slightly longer just so I could have gotten the jump into the finisher. Okay, good hook of the wall right there. Let's see, yeah, a little bit too slow. I recognize that and jump back on. Ooh, that was a bad read on me. If I did an up smash out of shield, if I was facing him, I should have been able to catch him, but otherwise I believe that second hit was a little bit too slow. Almost got him right there again. Bit slow on the reaction part right there. I think there I messed up the timing, but either way, he jumped away, so my up air wouldn't have connected. Might have been able to get a fair, though. Alright, so right there, I just used the reticle shot to combo into the up air. I did want to get the explosion, but it was actually better that I got the reticle shot, because I know for sure the explosion would have sent him too far. Alright, so there I just decided to swat away the can. It's a good thing I did dare. So as you saw there, it forced the can off stage instead of exploding on Perris' shield, which would have gotten me punished. It just went the opposite direction. I removed it from play. So start for you guys in the duck hunt dittos. Okay, so I had the air covered, but unfortunately I didn't aim it correctly to counter Perris. Okay, that's very bad on my part. Unfortunately, I missed the tech there. This is offline too, so I can't call Wi-Fi jogs. Okay, that was a bad dash attack from me. Yeah, that's one thing I normally don't get. I normally miss a lot of my spot dodges on the gunman. The gunmen, I feel like you really need to mix up the way you deal with them, just because if you keep choosing the same option, you're definitely able to predict what they're going to do. I tend to be a spot dodger, so as long as you do that, you can just wait for my spot dodge and punish. Some people will like to roll, so if you're ready for that, you can definitely punish those fairly easily. I almost got him off stage with that. It was just a little bit too close to the stage. The other thing that Perris is really good at is those pivot grabs right there. Of course, it's one of our better tools to use just because the range on that is pretty ridiculous, but for some reason I'm just terrible with it, And that was terrible by me again. Perris is almost got a conversion to an up air. I think there, if I remember correctly, I intentionally tried to DI that one in just to mix him up, and then as you saw, he wasn't able to connect. And that's going to take it. Yes, that is the one big thing you need to be aware of whenever you go for those 50-50s. If you want to go for the kill, definitely try to stay as close to them as possible. But if you are at a higher percent, make sure you're mashing that air dodge, just so no one is able to catch you. And God, what is up with this Twitch alert? This chat box is tiny. Hold on, let me see if I can fix that quickly. Twitch alerts. Well, there was a dare, but there was a dare. It just they happened to be on stage at the time. Alright, so Cake, if you did want to commentate with me, what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to join the room that I'm in when we start getting to the friendlies. The replays we can't really do. Alright, Owl, so if you are in here, please at me in the chat room, so that way I know we can get on with the announcement. Alright, so now we will take a look at replays Ayylmao sent me. Hopefully I will come back in time. Oh shit, don't need to go there. Alright, so I'm gonna guess that this was an online tournament that you did. So I actually did get to play this matchup yesterday with Afroraptor, so I got a little bit more insight into how this kind of works. So for the most part, Greninja is able to kind of break through your setup, so you're not going to be really setting up on him. The most you're going to have out is a can. You can shoot out a gunman, and then you can use Clay Pigeon to catch his landings, but for the most part, those two, Clay Pigeon and gunman aren't as useful in this matchup, just considering how quick Greninja is. He's able to close the distance extremely fast, able to take out your gunman relatively quickly, also is able to just jump really fast as well. So let's see what you end up doing here. Alright, so right now you're playing extremely defensively, and so is this Greninja. If Greninja's gonna let you play, set up your wall, go ahead and do it. I mean, you should just force him to approach you. His frame data up close is pretty good, so the boxing game with him should be sort of a losing matchup for you. But, hey, Owl's here. Alright, so after this one, we will get to my announcement for you. That's what's up. Okay, so definitely in this matchup, okay, so Greninja's finally closing in the distance, so you're going to have less of a chance to set up your wall here. So yeah, I was about to say, yeah, you don't really want to be throwing out Gunman, just because that's going to leave you kind of vulnerable. The only reason why Clay Pigeon would be slightly more okay is you have a chance to catch him just like that, and then you're able to lead it into your conversions. And then just fucked up right there. But in general, you're going to want to rely more off of Cam than any group of projectiles in this matchup, just because he is going to come in close. Also, if you do want to counter any of his strong aerials, just throw out a can, and then you both will just be blown in the same direction. as I was saying yesterday as well, that can also just help you recover in general because the blast will always send you close to the stage. I mean, towards the stage. I guess it both makes sense. So you almost had the right tick set up to hit Greninja with the... Okay, I was about to say, after you did that jump, you should have just thrown out a can and then up B to the stage. Then that way when the can just would have exploded, it should have been an easier tech than the back air from Greninja. Also, you would have damaged him too, so you might have forced him to need a stage tech. Yeah, stop trying to rely so much on Gunman. Just for this, any rushdown matchup like this. The only time you should really use out Gunman is like there. But as you can see, he was able to just close the distance on you again. But the good thing is you were at a good enough distance that if you did decide to just sit there and shield, that was a free grab for you. So yeah, only use Gunman if you're like half a stage away. And then you should have just dropped down there, and then you would have ended the game. That's the thing. If you're grabbing ledge and you see somebody below you, always try to do just the drop down. Just because you're able to close out stocks relatively quickly. I would say what you might want to do is get like a pit computer in training mode, throw him off stage, and then just practice falling off ledge and bear, or bear. Well, I guess for pits, most of the time he won't be directly below the stage. So in that case, you'd want to do a bear. Actually, no, not Marth. You could try it against Greninja too. I haven't really seen what the Greninja CPU likes to do to recover. If he likes to recover from below with up B, then I would definitely say use that CPU to practice intercepting them with down air. Another one you could use is definitely the duck on CPU, just because of the ways up B works. Alright, so you were playing it fairly close with him, but you definitely want to just be more conservative with your projectile uses. There was definitely too much. Oh, that was the last game? Okay. Alright, so we'll see. I don't know why you sent me it backwards, or maybe it's the way it downloaded. Alright, so before we get on to these last two replays, I'll make this announcement now. So since you are here with us, Owl. Alright, so Owl, I want you to look at the Discord itself. Because, where are you? Did you do friendlies this morning? No shit, you didn't. Whatever. I can just do it on your profile anyway. Alright. Oh wait, no, you're not even there too. Hopefully I can actually get you. I think you do need to be online for me to tag you with this. I'll double check. I know you're somewhere in friendlies. Alright, so if you guys have not fought against Owl, he is definitely one of our best players that you can play against. So, for consistently having friendlies out, not only having those friendlies, thoroughly destroying everybody with those friendlies, and not just like the average duck hunts here. He took on one of our top arch doggos, and he made him say, I want to get to your level, Owl. And because of that, Owl, for just being a great part of this Discord and just proving how good you are as a duck hunt player, I have now officially dubbed you Arch Doggo. Congratulations, Owl. This stream is for you. So, we will be getting to friendlies with Owl, because he does like to do these a lot. So, Owl, if you do want to participate in friendlies, the whole friendlies will be open to you and to challenge everybody. We are going to do King of the Hill style, but Then again, most people haven't really seen you play that much, so this will be their chance to. Alright, so before we get to that though, so once again, Owl is officially an Archdoggo. So he has joined the ranks of, let's see, who do we got? I think we got me, we got K9, we got Afroraptor, we've got Yusan, Dandy Penguin, and Dunobro. So, and Croy. Almost forgot the Croy. So, new Archdoggo, officially announced. Yeah, if we ever get new Archdoggos, I will do streams like these just to announce them out. Alright, so before we continue, let us get on to the rest of A's matches. Okay, going to Battlefield. So, I haven't really talked about stage picks for this matchup. So, flat stages definitely could be to your advantage. I know Greninja does like to move around a lot on the ground, and platforms should help him with the juggling capabilities. I don't know if up tilt reaches through the platforms, but it doesn't look like it does. So that's one thing you can keep in mind. The main move that he is able to get off of it is definitely going to be up smash, because perfect sweet spot, kind of like the Dynasty. Definitely a good thing that Greninja can utilize. But his drag down combos won't work the same, neither will his footstool combo, so maybe the tri-platform layout will be way more beneficial to us. Also, okay, that was a great triple Gadaside right there. It's kind of an even trade for you guys, because like you guys are going to just be stacking up the same percentage. Actually, no, he's going to be gaining 2 more percentage points than you. So it's actually not that bad of a trade if you just want to rack up damage. Alright, so one thing I would have actually been cool about that Nair you guys did. Yeah, no, Guy has not been on at all. But yeah, with that Sour Spot Nair, you could have just, if you did have managed to hit him, what you can do is you can lead that into attack chase, and if you can follow where he goes, that can lead into a guaranteed up smash. So that's one thing you do want to look out for. It's going to take time for you guys to get used to it, but you can definitely make it a great confirm. Oh wow, that was a great follow-up right there from Greninja. That's the other thing you gotta keep in mind is that Greninja is able to jump up really high and fast. So if you are above him, expect to be juggled. You most likely are going to want to air dodge, but once he starts baiting out your air dodges, that's when you need to start mixing it up. The other thing too is Greninja's move have a lot more hit stun than you would expect. So he's one of those characters where he definitely has more guaranteed combos than most of the cast. He could have gone into Pepper Grab right there. That should take it. Oh, nope. That's on Greninja. Good DI as well. You just like, it just looked like you kind of uppercutted him out of the whole picture. Oh, that was terrible up there. Just mostly because off of misspacing. You just had to be right on him. You know, if we did have a rubber ducky mod, that would actually be pretty neat. Alright. And then we'll get to your second match. So you decided to run it back on Battlefield. I definitely kind of agree with this because I do feel like this is probably our best stage for this matchup, if anything. Of course, Greninja can close in the distance a lot more, but you can just kind of hide under the platform and force him to approach from one area. You can also use Can to stuff approaches, you know, frame one option for us. The way that he can counter it off, obviously, just running up and shield. Oh, so this is game 1, the other one was game 2. Okay. You set them in a really whack order then. Unless you, next time, write a little note. I didn't see if you wrote the note, but if you didn't write a note next time on the replay itself, so we know which one to go for. Okay, so best stage overall for this matchup. I need to play it some more to exactly figure that out. We both will benefit a lot from going to something like Town and City just because of the short ceiling. Greninja, of course, has his famous up air and just pillar combos. But having this stagnant, having a taller ceiling means here he won't kill you slightly as early. He won't kill you as early, and just a larger horizontal blast because he does like to kill with fair as well. So if you want survivability, this stage will definitely do it for you. The other thing too is we are able to get Greninja pretty well. The main mix-ups he has is Shadow Sneak, just only for horizontal, and then he does also have he has counter, where he can use that to he can angle it up and then recover from quite a low distance. But other than that, the second you see him up B, that's free gift material right there. The other thing you do have to be aware of is he does have the Hydro Pump that comes from it, so there could be some jank that happens. But if you fall down with the Nair or Dare, you should be able to intercept him. Because it's an easier version of Pikachu's quick attack to intercept. This actually may not be a bad matchup for Lilat. The tilting of the stages will definitely interfere with his Water Shuriken more than it'll interfere with your projectiles. And in fact, we can get some really cool mine setups there. Like if you do Clay Pigeon while it's tilting, while you're on the lower end facing the upper end, that can just fall on the ground, and then you can have it as like a set detonation. So if they just run right over, if they happen to fall at it, you can detonate and then lead that into something. The other thing too is that it can help Gunman quite a lot, and then Can doesn't really get too affected by it. So, for setup-wise, for us, it's more effective. Platform layout's also good for both opponents as well. So yeah, I would say Lilat would be a preference thing, but it should be slightly more beneficial to Duck Hunt. And also, I definitely feel like that tilting will screw up Greninja's recovery more than it'll screw up ours. Just because we do have more control over it. Okay, so one mistake you did there was you did not opt to set up on Greninja at all. You just left a Can there and you sat on the opposite end. You could have at least thrown out a Gunman on the top platform, so if you decided to jump, then you would have had that option covered. You always got to be thinking about covering as many options as possible whenever they're on the stage. I mean, whenever they're returning to the stage. See, look, you're just sitting there and you let him come back. You're not pressuring him at all to force him off stage. Because Greninja off stage is definitely his, that'll be his weakest point. That was a great recognition right there to use Cannon. Good conversion to a back air. Yeah, definitely the main thing you need to do is you need to make sure you keep letting on with your projectile pressure in just keeping him off stage. Okay, so I got one more replay I do want to look at, but hold on, let me get some things quickly, because I need to prepare for the long haul.